Hey, it's Dave Dolphin at practicalworshipblog.com. Today I thought I'd give you a quick kind of overall tour of our main auditorium. I'm here at Trinity Baptist Church in Yukon, Oklahoma. We are in the Oklahoma City metro area. We're just west on I-40, and this facility was built about 10 years ago, and I'm gonna take you around. All right, so if we walk into the main auditorium, this is one of the two entrances into the room. I'll take you to front of house first, which is over here. We run the M32. We started with an X32 when it came out, and you can see that this is what I'm recording my audio on. Can you see that? Hello, hi mom. And we had an X32, and now we have the M32. We put the X32 down in the student ministry, and we run everything through this, effects and everything, and we really enjoy it. That sounds really good. We run Reaper over here to do multi-track recording, to mix later or to train people with virtual sound check, so that's pretty cool. That is all of our wireless gear using Sennheiser microphones. And then over here is where the lights, this is where our light sky works. So this is old school. This was original to the building, this color trend here. It's not a Grand MA, and it's not a hog or anything like that, but it gets it done. You got all your individual controls up here, and the color codings mean something. You got F for floor watch, P for preach watch, the little squiggly lines, that's for baptism, and then you have the different singer positions, A, B, C, D, and E. A is where the electric guitar player is at. And so you got your subgroups here, and if I want to pull all four singers up, then I can do that. This ProPresenter station right here is for the screen that is in the middle, that triple wide screen. We don't run any lyrics on that screen. That is purely a part of the stage design, and so that's why it lives here at Lights, because we see this as these are several tools for one thing. So there's that. We have two camera platforms. We have this one right here. You can also see our audience mics. We have one audience mic right there to kind of thicken up the web mix. And then we have another camera platform with a audience mic there as well. We just run the two cameras. We don't run any cameras on the stage, except for when we do baptisms. We'll do a camera on stage, and then it's the only time we do IMAG in this room is when we do baptisms. Otherwise, these screens just have the words on it, or right now they have announcements. Take you up to the other tech booth. It used to be that running lyrics and video switcher and all that kind of stuff was in a room outside of the auditorium, so they never really felt a part of the service. But they built this about 5 years ago or so and put this booth in. And this is where we got a couple more ProPresenter stations here. This ProPresenter station here runs the lyrics for the screens here in the room. This ProPresenter station over here is for the web mix, so it's got the lower thirds. It's formatted differently, so that's why you have two stations. And then these ones are formatted for the screen. This is also what runs our confidence monitors for the band. And then over here, we have our video switcher. Controls the screens that we have here in the room. Also our confidence monitors, our cry rooms, also the TVs in the commons. There's kind of the master screen. And then this ProPresenter station up here is what is running all of our announcements. I don't know what a lot of this stuff does. I just know that we got a guy on staff that does, and he does a great job, and I let him worry about that, and it's wonderful. So that's a ghost light. We wheel that out when we're done with the auditorium, and allows us to run a 17-watt LED bulb versus having shop lights on or anything else, not wasting a lot of electricity. And we'll wheel it out when we're not using the room, and then this will disappear Sunday morning. This is where electric guitar player lives. So this is his board. It's actually the church's. All the back line is provided by the church. So that's his board, and then his mixer for his in-ears. Oh, give it a chance to focus there. Come on, buddy. And that's all of his charts. He's got his little light right here, so you can see. He can see what he's doing. This is our keys position. So back here, we also run our tracks back here. So this computer right over here There's a Mac Mini down there, and it is running Ableton Live. Over here, we are running Main Stage, and it runs this controller. This is not a real piano, sorry. This was actually fabricated from scratch. It's not an old piano that we gutted. It was built from scratch. And we have a controller in there, and we have another controller over here, and both of them run into Main Stage. So that is that position. It is on wheels, which is nice because you can roll that away and not have to undo a bunch of cords. There's a lot of cords back there. You can kind of see a whole host of stuff down there. This platform is where our bass player lives, or this weekend we actually have someone playing violin. And so our violin player is playing here. They got their little mixer. This is drums. We do put our drums in the cage in this room. You can still play pretty loud in this room, and it's not going to overtake it, but it just gives us a lot more control. So here's our drums. There's our big, nasty, awesome 8-inch deep snare. Love that. These are what our charts look like for our drummers. We've just got the lyrics, and then it has a couple of notes of whether it's crash ride or where to put the kick, and then they can add their own notes as well on that. There's this little mixer. So let's talk about this screen back here. This is our triple wide. I'll show you the projectors here in a second if I remember. But there's 3 projectors in the back that are blended together that make that happen, and then these little frames along the side, we switch out the design. So like right now it's circles. Sometimes they've been squares. We've had lines. We've had rope. We've had dowel rods. We've had all kinds of cool things. These are just little circles, and one side is, see, this is white, and then this side is brown, like, you know, cardboard brown. And the cool thing is that's what gives it the different textures, the different the different kinds of lights. So that works out really well. And then we got these color strips down here that shine up. They do flicker on camera on our live feed, but it just, the cost to upgrade these to something that doesn't flicker is just not something that, you know, we're just not at that point yet. So, but we do have all these little color bars back here, or these color strips that are shining the light up here. And then we've got these boxes. This is an idea that our production guy came up with as genius. It's just a wood box, and then you've got LED tape that goes along the perimeter of it, and there's a piece of plastic on the front of it that slides in there. And then on the back here, let's see if I'll show this one right here. There's the controller for the DMX, and then we run Cat5 cables across the way, and that's how they all talk to the light board. They can control it, and each one is individually controlled. There's that. Show you this light over here. If you've ever seen Church on the Move or North Point or anything like that, they got these little lights for the band. These are the infamous Dewey Lights. These are homemade fixtures. We made these. This is a stovepipe reducer that you would use to like exhaust your stove in a house, and it's been painted black, and it's got a bulb in there, and we put this on a mic stand, and we made that, and it's a great way to light your band from the side. Take you backstage here. This is where we have the mixer for the in-ears for the singers. So, and there's the transmitters. We use the Shure PSM 200s. Those are kind of the entry level, but they get the job done. Channel 1's me, Channel 6 is the rest of the singers. That one's just for the other singers, and then my mix is controlled off the board. Go back here, we've got our piano. It's a Steinway. It sounds awesome and it looks horrible, but we do use it from time to time, and that's where we keep some of our gear here. We got these little purple lights to help light the back of the stage here, which is cool. We run these all the time, even when the auditorium is not occupied. And these little purple lights are little LED 4-watt bulbs, and you can't see them from when you're on the other side of the stage, and they work really well. Here's some more gear over here. This is where we store all of our microphone cables. And our amp is here. You really can't see that, can you? But we have a Vox amp that we run here, and we have the radio box here that we use to get the signal from the guitar to here and not lose any quality. So there's that. We keep walking back through our stage. We got our Christmas tree here. Merry Christmas. Keep that back here. That's, you can kind of see it back. Well, you can't. But this is where we have a baptism tub that's portable that we move. And then it comes back over here. So there's that. And I'll take you inside our green room. This is our green room / electrical room / medical clinic. It's very much a multi-purpose room. That's actually a pharmacy, believe it or not. That thing opens up, and it's why it's locked, for obvious reasons. But this is our green room where the band kind of hangs out. We have all the notes for the singers. We've got our run sheet up here. And this also kind of lets everyone know like where they're standing and where they're supposed to be. This rack right here is all the dimmer packs for the lights. So all the lights run for that. Over here we have our rack that is, that's me. And this is the amp rack for all of the PA. This is original to the building. Let's see if I can unlock this. So that's all the amps, crossover and whatnot to run the PA. And then I'll show you this. Lock that up. So we got a gun safe in here. You might be wondering why we have a gun safe in here. Well, we don't actually have any guns. I'm not going to show you the combination, sorry. What we do have in here is where we keep all of our gear, like the cameras and the iPods. We use those for communication for the cameras. We've got all of our wireless gear in here, all the microphones and ears and stuff like that. Oh, and it's got everyone's name listed on the side. And then we have extra stuff we got microphones in there. We've got extra ears and batteries. We got throat coat. Always got if you're a worship team and you got people singing, you need some throat coat. And so we come back this way, out this door, and here we are at this side of the auditorium. So hopefully that was helpful. That is a tour of our facility here at Trinity Baptist Church in Yukon, Oklahoma. If you got any questions, hit us up in the comments below, and would love to help in any way I can.